Welcome to the ThunderCast, your Marshall Athletics podcast produced by the fans, for the fans, with your hosts, Russ Livingood and KD Hugnall. We're bringing you the thundering word on the thundering herd each and every week, so keep it right here. The ThunderCast is on the loose.
Thanks for downloading another episode of the ThunderCast, and you'll notice that it's Russ here flying solo, and that's for good reason. We've been trying to bring a lot of content this week. We've got a lot of stuff that we've had to go over. We've had some exciting interviews that we've put in here, and schedule's kind of caught up with us. KD is traveling up from Florida for this first home game, so he's unable to record. And then Jed was unable to record as well. Instead of not bringing you the content, not going over the things that you need to know, I just decided we'd throw it on here by myself. So forgive me for the little bit of awkwardness, no one to talk to. I'm going to be giving you 5 things every herd fan needs to know this week, and I'm going to have a couple of little icons and displays, graphics that I can put up here showing you some of these things, and then I'm going to take you around the herd. But before we get into all that, I want to get a word from our sponsors at Leasure Oliver PLLC. If you've been hurt in a wreck, call the law firm of Leasure Oliver PLLC. Find them at 304carwreck.com. All right, so as I said, we've got some stuff to get into. Before I do that, I want to say no matter where you're consuming this, if it's on YouTube, hit that like, subscribe, follow, whatever buttons. That way you can get all the notifications of when we come out with this content. Again, this is our 6th episode of the week. We try to bring you as much content and let you know, keep you informed as much as we can. If you're listening over on Spotify, Apple, wherever you may consume the ThunderCast, please like, subscribe there as well. And give it a share. Tell your friends about us. We still run into people every now and then that don't know that the ThunderCast is a thing, and they are looking for a place that they can get all the information about herd athletics. So now let's give you 5 things every herd fan needs to know this week. And now here are at least 5 things every herd fan needs to know this week. As always, brought to you by Ignite.link, the Tri-State's premier IT management team. All right, number 1, we have the out-of-conference schedules finalized for women's basketball and men's basketball, and that completes the schedules. So I'm going to throw those up now. First, we're going to have women's basketball, and I'm not. If you're listening, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be reading over every one of these, but for our viewers over on YouTube, you'll be able to see these games. And then I am going to switch it over to the men's, and you can see those games over here. These are on, if you're listening, these are on social media. These are on herdzone.com. You can go and see these schedules. But the big news coming from this with these schedules, they also released Hoops in Huntington will be Thursday, October 16th. This will be the 3rd, maybe 4th, I can't remember, but really, really good event that they have downtown. They put in a basketball court right on 3rd Avenue in front of Pullman Square, and you have the POTA district around there, all those participating places where you can get a drink and a beverage and walk over there, and all the food vendors. They have some trucks set up, inflatables for kids. It's a great night, and it kicks off the basketball season. So make your plans for that, October 16th, Thursday night, and they'll have more details coming out when it gets closer. But again, head over to herdzone.com, or you can find it on social media for all of the different schedules, the games, so you can make your plans to go to away games and when you need to be here watching in the camp. All right, number 2, men's soccer maintains that number 2 ranking that they've had all year. You'll notice here Vermont is no longer in the top 5 of the United Soccer Coaches top 5 ranking, but Stanford leaped over Marshall. We're going to get into the results that Marshall had this past weekend, but maintaining that number 2, really, really good. And not to be outdone, even though it is a little bit better, It's just maybe college soccer news is not as official, I guess you would say, as United Soccer Coaches. But on the top 25 for college soccer news, Marshall is your new number one. And you can see Stanford and Vermont right up there in the top 3. Stanford's number 1 in United Soccer, and college soccer news, Marshall takes the top spot. Again, we are going to get into more info about that when we go around the herd. Number 3, FanFest for football games has been upgraded. And you can see here on this graphic that shows the map, this is that rec field right next to the freshman dorms, right off of the Henderson Center and Gullickson Hall, Tarmac Plaza over there. It's right next to the rec center. They've got this field up, and that's just showing you where this is going to be. And what they are going to have in there is pretty cool. So you're going to have inflatables, and you can see here on this map, and you know the graphics set up this way, but you may have to tilt your head a little bit just to read what it has on here. But lots of inflatables. They're going to have Connect 4, giant Connect 4. They're going to have giant Jenga, Chippo, and you're going to have let's see, some type of bowling thing that they're doing on there, and of course cornhole. There's going to be some entertainers over there, a temporary tattoo station, and autographs. So Herd Women's Soccer is going to be over there for autographs for this first game. This will be something that the entire family can go to. It's free. And if you are taking someone, maybe you're an adult, but most likely you're taking a kid to their first event, they're even going to have a certificate of attendance over there where they'll fill that out, and you can take that home and keep it and memorialize when you went for the very first time to Joan C. Edwards to see a game. That is going to be 3:30 to 5:30. And again, it's free, and it's on the rec center over there, right next to the rec center and the dorms. All right, number 4, the Thunder Sticks are back. I do not have the graphic up for that. I forgot to get that, but 2,500 Thunder Sticks will be given out at the student gate. So for years, people have said, bring back the Thunder Sticks, bring back the Thunder Sticks. Now they're back. It's a Kelly Green out. They're Kelly Green. Wear your green when you go here. We're going to have the student section is going to be loud with the Thunder Sticks. It's going to be the first time that we have those green helmets come out. Everybody on the field and the sideline is going to be decked out Kelly Green head to toe. Let's do the same. Let's take these Thunder Sticks. If you're a student, or if they make your way over into your section and you get a hold of them, let's make sure they're loud. We want to really, really enhance that experience. And that goes in with number 5 here. The Joan is going under a little bit of an experience itself. If I could get the correct graphic up. Let's see. They're going to have a lot more food and drink. I'm going to put this one up first because I have to put that other one up second. But they're going to have a lot more food and drink here. As you can see, they've got a frozen section over here. It's going to have margaritas, other frozen drinks, upgraded food. They're going to have like hibachi and sushi and things like that there. A lot different than the concessions of the past. Of course, the food trucks are going to be over there pregame. There's a place that has cheesesteaks. Bizzle's Barbecue's been there for a while. Austin's Ice Cream will be in there. It's a very good upgraded experience. And I also wanted to remind everyone that did not see this on our Elevate Your Game Day experience. So it was kind of made for visiting fans, but local fans need to know some of that stuff too. You can now take in an empty, clear, plastic water bottle. And they have water refill stations throughout the concourses on both sides. And that allows you to not have to say, man, I'm thirsty. I don't want to go down there and pay $5 for a bottled water. Is that option still available for anybody that wants it? Yes. But you can also bring in your own, save some money. We hear that a lot of how expensive it might be to take a family of 4 and things like that. And we understand, but Marshall has heard you as well. They're doing what they can. They're bringing you more selections on the concourse and also that water refill station. And now the other one to put up there is the $2 Blitz. It is back. They've done this, I think last year was the first year. So that first hour of the game or the gates being open, you get $2 hot dogs, $2 popcorn, and $2 fountain beverages. So if you want to get in there early, and they have the Joey Step Magic, Joey Marshall football alum, wicked good with close-up magic. He's going to be over there right off gate C. They also will have some of those games, Jenga and Connect 4 and balloon animals, things like that they're going to have around there. So if you want to take the kids in early, just know that you can go in, $2 hot dogs, $2 popcorn, $2 fountain beverages, and get a little color-changing souvenir cup. Now, that does it for our 5 things every herd fan needs to know this week. But before we move on, I wanted to remind everyone, it's not a thing, but if you want the best tailgate around, go to the C lot right on the corner of 21st Street, which is right across from the McDonald's drive-thru and right behind the large scoreboard in the south end zone. We are right there on the corner. We have 6 spots this year, and we are going to be rolling with pulled pork, pork belly burn-ins, chicken thighs, chicken legs, chicken wings, macaroni and cheese, baked beans, assorted desserts. It's going to be amazing. We'll be over there from noon to 5:30-ish maybe before we start going into the game. We'll be doing ThunderCast Live, powered by ignite.link, and there will be some special guests that'll be over there as well. Don't really want to get into everything, but watch social media for who might be there. But with that, I thank ignite.link for allowing us one more time to bring you 5 things every herd fan needs to know this week. All right, now it is time to take it around the herd. And now, Layer 1 Solutions, your experts in business connectivity infrastructure, takes you around the herd. We're going to start off with cross country. They had that invitational at home. I think the second year they've had that, and we came in second for the men and for the women. Ohio finished first in both of those. Justin Lipscomb paced the men. Destiny Berryman paced the women, and combined we had 6 top 10 individual finishes. Again, Ohio, pardon the pun, but kind of ran away with it. They had the top 5, I think, men that finished in this cross country event. But again, it was out at Route 2, the Glenbrier, the YMCA complex out there. And I know some herd fans were there. I was getting some texts from some of them as I was down in Georgia. But great event. Second time we've been able to do it. Unfortunately, did not come out in the top spots, but 6 individual top 10 finishes and both squads number 2 overall. Volleyball. Talk about getting out to a hot start. They had a clean sweep of their 3 matches at the Highlander Invitational. That was down at Radford. They beat Kansas City 3-0, 3 sets to nothing, and Eastern Michigan 3 sets to 1. Both of those were on Friday, before beating host Radford on Saturday 3 sets to 1. Again, very, very hot start. They traveled to Michigan for matches against FAU on Friday at noon, Southern Indiana Saturday at 3:30, and then host Michigan. They'll be playing them Saturday at 7 p.m. They'll have their first home match at the CAM next Tuesday at 6 p.m. versus EKU. No matter what, they won't be coming back here with a losing record. The worst they can be is 500, but hopefully they pick up 1 to 3 wins up there and they continue this real hot start. Over on the golf course, men's golf is hosting the Joe Figaines Marshall Invitational Monday and Tuesday, and that's at Guyan Country Club. So yet another fall sport is, I guess we'll say, teeing off. Women's golf will be in Williamsburg, Virginia, those same 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, and that'll be for the Tribe Invitational. Women's soccer, we're going to finish up on the soccer pitch. They took their first loss of the season against Murray State 3-2 on the road on Sunday. It was tied 1-1 at the half. Marshall was down a player. They got a red card. That allowed Murray to take a 2-1 lead. Murray got a red card of their own. Then Marshall came back and tied it up. Just over 11 minutes to go. And then 5 minutes later, Murray gets the deciding goal. So they win 3-2 at home. The girls are back home on Friday at 7 p.m. hosting Fairmont State. This would be a great time if you have nothing else to do on Friday for this great weekend to get to the vet, go tailgate, go be loud, cheer on Herd Women's Soccer. Had a historical start here, best start in history, tied with some others, and they now have a chance to go 4-1, get even more momentum going before they enter conference play here in a few weeks. On the men's side, they had a draw at home on Friday against number 12 in the nation, Virginia Tech, and that match was 2-2. Marshall outshot Tech 19-4, but Tech made their shots on goal count. Those 4 shots that they had on goal, 2 of them found the net. Both of Marshall's goals came on penalty kicks. Rye Pinto getting one shortly after the half. I think that was in the 53rd minute. And then Mobo Jop's goal evening score was just over 2 minutes left in the match. So able to battle back twice in that match against the number 12 team in the country. And that is kind of what we were talking about. College Soccer News said, yeah, they didn't lose. That was against the top 12 team. You know, they fell behind. They came back, and that got them the number 1 spot in the country. And then United Soccer Coaches says, yeah, it's enough to keep us at number 2. Their next match is at St. John's on Friday at 7 p.m. And that does it for Around the Herd, thanks to Layer 1 Solutions. And that also does it for this ultra quick, maybe a little awkward solo ThunderCast presentation. So with that, I'm just going to say, make sure you get to the Joan. Make sure you wear Kelly green. Make sure you are over at the ThunderCast tailgate if you do find yourself at the Joan. And with that, whether you see us at the Jack, whether you see us at the Cam, or whether you see us at the C lot of Joan C. Edwards Stadium and then going into the game, no matter where you see us, we're going to be saying, go Herd. It's the ThunderCast, and we'll see you next week.